passes. It's the Desperados and the Texans, next on EA Sports.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks for joining us, football fans. I'm Kate Scott, joined in the booth by my partner, Brock Hewitt. And this week, Brock, got one group coming in off a win, another off that well-earned bye. Should make for a really energetic game. I'm wondering if you think one has the advantage over the other.
Well, I'd like to know how every single body feels down there, but we don't. My guess is they're all hurting a little bit because once you get past the opener, you're never quite 100%. So I typically will lean with the team coming off a win. You feel good about yourself. You feel good in your preparation. But yeah, that healthy team is usually the better team as well.
Just about halfway through the season now. Still a lot of ball to be played as we're off in Week 8. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So here come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out is the second overall pick back in the 2023 draft from the Ohio State. It's C.J. Stroud.
Sure feels like the bye week came at a perfect time for him and his team as well. Right smack dab in the middle of the season, giving everybody some time to rest, recharge mentally, and really get yourself energized, Kate, to attack the rest of this regular season, starting with this contest.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Oh, hey.
Stroud in the air to start us off. Has a man, Dalton Schultz. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. He picks up 15 on the play. And it sets up a Houston first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
On the carry, here's Dameon Pierce. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
From the gun, Stroud. Completed to his running back. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. That stop made by Derek Brown. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. They send him left out of the slot. Here's 2nd and 5. And that finds him in the end zone for the Houston touchdown. The Texans take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Nico Collins with the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Texans will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Return starts at the 3. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So they come on offense now, ready for their opening drive. And bringing them out now, a quarterback who really knows how to make something exciting happen.
If there's such thing as perfection in the NFL for a quarterback, well, he pretty much achieved it last week. QB rating through the roof. No mistakes, 6 touchdowns. Just a phenomenal day. Hard to replicate, but the consistency and the confidence that can come out of that should endure.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Looking right, and he finds him. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
From the 29. Completes this one to Dontavion Wicks. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Now the first carry of the game for Ramondre Stevenson. And he stopped after running it up across the 45 to the 46. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. Second and 3 now. From the 46. Running deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down the distance.
So a crisis averted a moment ago, but their reward, a really tough third down here. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
With the pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up, and it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. 58 yards on the punt there. And it's going to be Texans football. This Texans offense readied up for its second drive of the contest. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And, Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball, and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
On the quick, right?
Pierce up the middle. And that's good for a gain of 5. Troy Anderson that time with the tackle. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on third down.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on third down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Begins his return at the 16. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And this is the type of play they need out of him into the later months. He's currently leading the league in passing touchdowns. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Finds him on the crossing route. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. From the gun, a gift to Stevenson. And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. The rookie out of Alabama, they're on the tackle.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They go again with Stevenson. And they bring him down around the 34. They get 6 and a first down as well.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Throwing off the play fake here. Finds his man over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Cut near the goal line. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Stevenson, and he gets in, touchdown. The Desperados cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. Ramondre Stevenson, the touchdown. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. Return starts from the goal line. He stopped on the return at the 27. Here come the Texans as they get set to take over on offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Stroud off the play fake. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Shotgun now for Stroud. Completed to Collins. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Stroud throwing here on 1st. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Try and get in it to Nico Collins. So it'll be 2nd down. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They got 24 yards on the play. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down. Right back it goes to Pierce. And he'll take it ahead down to the 33. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Finding Collins. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here. Although, if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that make. Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead. And that's going to award their offense a 1st down. You hate to see this on 4th down for that defense, roughing the kicker. And now they've got a 1st inside the red zone. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. He was hoping to get it to Tank Dell there. So it's 2nd down coming up.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Pierce takes it straight ahead. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans break the tie here in the 1st. That one right down the middle. And the Texans take the lead here, 14-7 in the 1st. So before they... The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Has this at the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. The visitors and Ramondre Stevenson getting the football back now. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Throwing now off play action. And he won't escape this. The Texans take him down. Now this is the dreaded sight anytime there's a sack. He's hurting after taking that hit, and they're going to get out there to check on him. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Now a shotgun handoff to Stevenson. And he gets this up to the 20 before being stopped. A good pickup of 6 there, but still 13 to go on 3rd down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
3rd and long for him here. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down. It'll be a punt coming up for the Desperados. And he's only a handful of yards from his own goal line. Got 44 yards on his first kick, Brock, and this one looks to be longer. Starts the return at the 34. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Texans and running back Dameon Pierce ready for their next drive. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Desperados get the football on the first turnover of the contest.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick 6? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
I can promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
Complete out to the right. And he will take this in. Touchdown. The Desperados parlay the interception into points. I think we actually saw him call it early there, Brock. He made that throw, and then he signaled it was going to be a touchdown. Like a guy calling it before his three-pointer goes through the net.
Oh, you mean like Larry Legend Bird? In the three-point shooting contest in the 80s?
Or maybe like a Tyrese Maxey, you know. But whatever.
Well, the kids aren't alive, I get it. And they weren't alive in the 80s. They didn't see Larry Legend do it, but he did. And he anticipated, just like the quarterback.
Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans returning their offense and this running back to the field. And this drive, Brock, hopefully longer than that last one. They were only out there one play before they were picked off.
They're kind of a good chance right now to see how risk-averse these guys are offensively. A lot of game left. They could give the passing game a little breather and start this one on the ground.
Cut by Collins on the slant. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They give it to Pierce. Across midfield to the 45. And he gets this all the way inside the red zone, down at the 19. It's a huge pickup on the play. And it sets up a Houston first.
Coming off that carry, I'd go right back to him. Not a hotter hand on the field right now. Get that man the rock.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Hits his running back. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
And I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
They'll go right back to Pierce. Making defenders pay for trying to tackle him. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my...
And this time he gets it done. Touchdown! The Texans take a second quarter lead. That one splits the uprights. And the Texans break that tie and now lead by 7. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Fielded at the 7. This return makes it up to the 25. Now after that return, we've got an injured player getting some assistance as we momentarily step aside. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They're going play action. This one will be intercepted. Texans will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10.
On the quick, right?
Here's Stroud. This is complete to Schultz. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal. They'll run here with Pierce. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
It's a gain of 7 on the play, and now they've got 3rd and goal at the 2.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And he will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive.
Alert! Alert!
That one right down the middle. And the Texans double their lead to 14. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Back out runs their offense. And coming off the interception, a good chance to reestablish some momentum as they get set. They'll get this drive started, 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Cuffs, this is Xavier Leggett. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Ramondre Stevenson makes the catch. This is ahead for about 5. Kamari Lassiter getting up there to make the stop. Upping the tempo with some hurry-up offense. From midfield on 2nd down. That's complete to Leggett. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 28 out of that play, and that gives them the 1st. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at NRG. And it's the Desperados with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. From the red zone now. Dumps it off to his running back. And in for the touchdown. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
That one splits the uprights. And the Desperados chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Return starts from the goal line. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Texans and this running back headed back out for a new series. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Oh, okay.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Couldn't connect to a Tank Dell. And it sets up 2nd down.
Here we go, let's go.
Looking to throw, Stroud. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Shotgun handoff to Pierce. And he'll get it up to the 27. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. So it'll be Tommy Townsend once again to punt this away. He broke 50 on his first punt and looks to have done the same here. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The Desperados ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting a completion in that area, and not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. That's one he knows he should have had. And now they face 2nd down. They are throwing it again. Throw is there for Jatavion Sanders. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. They get 27 on the play. And that'll be a 1st down. He'll throw it yet again. Chased out to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Completed over the middle. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Catch is made in close. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal. Still sticking with the passing game. Pass it down close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. One final shot before halftime. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds. And that's halftime. And with a push of a button, we say so long to the halftime report and jump right back to the start of the 3rd quarter. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the 2nd half. We're underway. Fielded at the 7. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. First and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. If you get this game going right at the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
Ready up.
First down, ball at the 36. Man in motion here. First down, and they go right back to him. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Okay, the 2-yard run on first down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule. You're going to have to pick up the pace.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Back-to-back carries here. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. But as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Here we go, third and less than a yard. Third quarter starts with a run by Stevenson. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Offense set for a first and 10. Motion man sent left. First down from the red zone. Dumped off to his running back. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
This one's caught. And this is down all the way to the 3. Third and a lone yard coming up. Dropping back to throw. He's on the move. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Desperados cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Ramondre Stevenson, the touchdown. Patterson able to connect on the point after. And the Desperados tie us up 28-all. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Returnable from the 2. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. This offense run. Drive starts out with a first and 10.
Here we go.
This is Pierce. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No gain there that time, and it's second and 10.
Second and 10 at the 26-yard line.
On the carry, it's Pierce. Jukes one defender. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
This is Pierce. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 48. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forced.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down. The Texans set to punt. Tommy Townsend will kick it away. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. Here comes their offense out again. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Drive starts with a carry by Stevenson. And they send it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 23. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Slot man in motion left. Throwing on third and long. This is reeled in by Leggett. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. This is the type of performance a former quarterback just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow and he is dicing them.
2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play, whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Leggett's got it. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. That one gains 7. And it'll give him a first down. They're going play action. Hits him on the out route. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it sets up first down.
19 Tiger.
A give up the middle to Stevenson. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3. Offense in the hurry up now. From the 31. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Back Back to throw now. That's going to fall incomplete. Either way, he was breaking it up. Couldn't hang on to the pick, so hits the ground, brings up 4th down. Koo able to put it through. And they've taken back the lead. 3 quarters in the books from this one. After the field goal, they'll boot it away and put their defense back out on the field. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now we get a look at this Texans offense. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry.
The only thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
All right.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
2J.
From the gun, Stroud. Schultz with the catch. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And it sets up a Houston first. Here's the give to Pierce. And he gets a few on the plunge forward. Second down now, 7 to go. From the gun, here's Pierce. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there, and that leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Shotgun now for Stroud. That's caught for the first. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 11. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Back to throw, Stroud. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Trying to find Stephon Diggs. And it's going to be 2nd down.
On the quick, right?
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans take a 4th quarter lead. You saw that running lane pretty early. You could tell a quick burst got him to it, through it, and then into a foot race down the field.
And there's the challenge defensively. With a group that has this much speed and athleticism, you're late for just a second. You lose your eyes for just a second, Kate, and he is gone once he touched the 2nd level.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Starting from the 5. Returns looking good so far. And they'll be happy about where they're about to take the field. He's up to the 35 on the return. This offense ready to get going again now. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. They'll throw on 1st. Finds the in route complete. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. The give inside to Stevenson. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That's the kind of run that shows he's trying to take some stress off the passing game to provide big plays. What a great help to that side of an offense when the ground game can deliver chunk plays too.
Complete out to the right side. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. On the run, it's Stevenson. And they bring him down around the 34. A 4-yard pickup, and they're just inches shy as we reach third down.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
The handoff on 3rd and short. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Takes the handoff, now to throw. He rolls to his right. Complete out to the right. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
And he's brought down for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is. But after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over him.
3rd and long for him here. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. Here's Riley Patterson. A lot riding on this field goal try. A 49-yarder in front of him here. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they cut it down to within a field goal.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
He fields it from the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Pierce up the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
It's the pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Stroud. Throwing the out route complete. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10.
That's good for the Texans. 1st down.
They send a man in motion.
46-yard line.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Ooh, almost to throw the costume. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Here we go, let's go.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Pressure's on him, and it gets home. He's dropped. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB could run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Looking to throw. He puts some power on a deep one left. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans grow the lead to 7. Nico Collins with a touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one right down the middle. And the Texans grow their lead to 8. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Kickoff taken at the 3. Finds some space. He's past the 30. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. They motion a receiver left. to throw. Finds him over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Working quick after that good pickup to start.
Brings up second and a yard at the 43-yard line.
Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
Here we go, set.
Setting up to pass. Finds a seam down the middle. And they bring him down around the 34. Offense hurrying to the line with the clock running. Here he is to throw. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. He'll look to throw it. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away. Incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
That heater's going to fall to the turf. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings up 4th and long.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hands, the coach wants to see them convert those.
So the defense rises to the... So it's a win for the Texans. And this streak will live to see...